So let's get right into it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden world of software testing. And we'll be using this textbook as our guide, really, to understand this invisible process that, believe it or not, powers every single piece of tech you use every single day. We have all been there. You're right in the middle of doing something important, or maybe you're just scrolling, and boom, your app freezes up, it glitches, or it just completely disappears. It is so frustrating, right? Well, there's a reason that happens. And the answer to stopping that chaos? Well, it lies in this super careful, often totally invisible process. Think of it like a gatekeeper, the thing that turns a brilliant idea into a piece of software you can actually depend on. And that whole process is software testing. So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with why we even need testing in the first place. Then we'll get into the basic language they use. After that, we'll look at two big ways of doing it, see how it applies to all the tech we use today, and finally, we'll give a little shout out to the people who do this incredibly important work. Okay, let's start here. Our buggy digital world. I mean, before you can even begin talking about a solution, you really have to understand just how big the problem is. And if you look right here in our source material, the table of contents basically tells the whole story. Chapter 1 isn't about the cool solutions. It's all about the problem. Software failures. The errors, the faults, all the things that go wrong. This is the starting line. And listen, this is not just some minor inconvenience we're talking about. This quote from the book's preface really says it all. The need for good software isn't just some niche thing for developers. It is a global priority that affects entire industries, economies, and yeah, our daily lives. All right, so now we get why testing is so important. Let's learn to speak the language. Every field has its own vocabulary, and testing is no different. We've got to start with the most famous term of all, the bug. And it's not just some cute name. Get this, the very first computer bug was a literal moth stuck in a machine. Today, it means anytime a program doesn't do what it's supposed to, whether that's a tiny typo or a full-on system-crashing catastrophe. Okay, this is a really crucial point, and it's one of the first things the book clears up. It's the difference between verification and validation. Now, they sound almost the same, but they ask two completely different questions. Verification is all about, are we building the product right? Is the code clean? Is it built correctly? But validation asks a much bigger question. Are we building the right product? Does this thing actually solve the user's problem? You absolutely have to have both to win. Okay, so how is all this testing actually done? Let's get into the nitty-gritty and look at two of the main philosophies for hunting down those bugs. So this slide breaks down the two big approaches. First, you've got black box testing. In this case, the tester knows absolutely nothing about the code inside. They treat it like a mystery box. They just put things in and check if the right things come out. The total opposite is white box testing. Here, the tester can see inside the box. They're looking at the actual code itself to make sure every single line and every pathway works exactly like it's supposed to. And here's a brilliant way to picture the difference. Functional testing, the black box, is like driving a bunch of heavy trucks over a new bridge to see if it holds the weight. You're just testing what it does. Structural testing, the white box, that's like getting up close with a magnifying glass and checking every single weld and bolt to make sure the construction itself is solid. You need both, for sure. So those ideas, functional and structural, are the bedrock. But now, let's see how they actually apply to the ridiculously complex technology we all deal with today. So how does this stuff even scale? Well, take a look at this chapter on what's called regression testing. This is a massive challenge in the modern world. It basically answers one critical question. Hey, did that new update we just pushed out accidentally break something that used to work perfectly? It's this constant, super important cycle of retesting, so you don't take one step forward and two steps back. And of course, his ideas apply directly to the websites and web apps we're on all the time. As this chapter shows, testing a shopping site isn't just checking one button. It's this tangled web of performance and security and usability, and it has to work across thousands of different phones and laptops and browsers. And the field just never stops moving. I mean, to keep up with all this complexity, testers now rely on automated tools. Think of them like little robot assistants that can run thousands of boring, repetitive tests in the time it takes a human to do just a few. This frees up the human testers to focus on the really creative, complex problems. It's all about working smarter. So we've talked about the what and the how, but what about the who? Let's take a second to really understand the mindset of the people doing this work. They are truly the unsung heroes of the tech world. You know, being a great tester is so much more than just finding bugs. It's a whole mindset. It's about having this deep curiosity, always asking, but what if I do this? It's about empathy, thinking like a real user who might get lost or confused. It's even about thinking like a hacker, trying to break the system on purpose to find its weak spots. At the end of the day, their job isn't to break things, it's to build confidence and to be the ultimate champion for quality.
So, when you boil it all down, that's what they are. Software testers. They are the quality insurance for our entire digital society. They're the ones standing at the gate, making sure the technology we all depend on is safe, reliable, and actually does what it's supposed to do.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. We always notice software when it breaks, right? But the next time an app works perfectly, when your online order goes through without a single problem, or your game doesn't crash right at the final boss, just take a second. Will you think about the invisible work of the tester who made that seamless experience possible?